in the St. Lawrence Seaway, and there was a place in the road where we have to cross it. And up ahead is a ferry, and the ferry terminal is way out there, right over the mirror on the other side. So it's a short trip. The interesting thing is that it's free. You just get on it and move across. Nice feature for Canada. Thank you, Canada. We have just driven down to this area where this little lake is, and it's windy, and we think we're going to just stay here for the evening. It's actually a municipal boat ramp. Nothing spectacular, but people have stayed here before, and it doesn't seem to be an issue. And it's free. What do you think, Joyce?
It's good.
Yeah.
I just hope we're not doing anything wrong right now.
Well, I'm not. You might be.
Yeah, I know. I blame it all on me.
Well, if someone from the town comes down and tells us we have to leave, we will, and I'll tell them it's your fault. She made me. They'll believe me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're all set?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
This is what I'm looking at now. And I'm sitting in the door of the camper that's just parked on the beach. It's a very sandy beach, gravelly beach. And looking out this beautiful vista. It's a lake, but we're just in the cove area of the lake. We've come about halfway in our journey up the coast, and it's been a good trip. We hit some really nice scenery, reminiscent of the trip we took to Newfoundland last year. We're running into more towns, and a few of them larger, which we didn't run into a lot in Newfoundland when we went last year. So it was much more rural than this is, but this is still pretty rural. I am impressed with Quebec, or Quebec, I guess you call it. The quality of the main roads is really very good. We did take a 30-minute ferry ride over to cross over a large river that flowed out into this into the Seaway, and it was just an added little spice to the trip, which was nice. It was just a 30-minute ferry ride. It was very quick. We drove down to it, got on it. There was a long line, but they fit everybody on, and it didn't cost anything. It's to be able to get people from one part of the province to the other. Otherwise, there would probably be a lot less commerce up here. So it was kind of nice. We just got on there, went across. We just didn't have very much time to get up on the deck. I did take a little video, and that's it. Then we got off and we just continued our journey. We stopped at a couple places for boondocking, and they weren't, we were early in the day. It was noon, and we could move on. And we came upon this one at around 2 o'clock, and I thought, this is it. I asked Joyce, she said, yep. And there was no one here. We've had a couple of people come down with motorcycles and just sit for a while. A couple came down to with their Labrador to throw rocks in the water for them to chase. But we're here by ourselves on this big beach. I guess the town uses it recreationally sometime, and it's also, from the kayak tracks I can see, there's also a boat ramp for putting boats in, probably for fishing. Another thing that I like about Quebec, and I'm glad to see, is the people are friendly, just like they are in the other maritime provinces, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Cape Breton area, and the islands. They're very friendly up there, and in Quebec it's the same thing. So, we're really glad to see that. We didn't expect anything different, but, we're glad to see that it is. One thing I don't care about is that not many of them speak American. No, French is the language of choice up here, and some people speak some English, and some people speak it really good, but most people really speak almost none of it. And using my translator on my phone, I've been able to get by, or hand gestures, or things like that. We've managed. So I've been able to. Something I don't like to do, I've been able to avoid people mostly because it's pretty rural. I've had to talk to campground owners and people in the stores to ask something or to answer their questions. I usually love to talk with the locals and find out their stories and what it's like up here for them. But that's not possible much on this trip, which is sad. Oh, what a beautiful morning. It's a bit crisp though, it's 54 degrees. I should probably have a sweatshirt on, but I'm too lazy and stubborn to give up summer. Swimmers, 5K practicing. You just saw them coming in from way out, and here they are on the beach. There are 3 of them. Whoa, I'm impressed. They're practicing for 5Ks. We drove into this sandy area off the highway, and we have backed in down by the river. Hi, Joyce. Hi. And we're about to set things up. Let me show you where we've parked in relation to the river and the road. Here's the camper, and there's the bridge we came over to get here. And this is off-road several hundred feet. And people have camped here because there is a campfire area. And the water is way down there. I was going to go down there to rinse off a few dishes, but I think I might pass. Unless I can find a path someplace. The blue dot gives you an idea of where we are in relation to Maine, which you see down at the bottom.
Hello. My husband made some very good American chop suey for supper today.
Very well said. She's been practicing that. With cheese.
Yes. Yes, with cheese.
Parmesan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we got some Pepsi.
And it is.
It's not diet.
It's not diet?
No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The reason we said that is she pointed out the other day when we did a video, she said, and it's diet. I wouldn't be drinking it otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh dear. Well, should I?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. We are within 4.5 hours of the furthest point in our journey. And the reason it's the furthest point is the road ends. We're going up the north side of the St. Lawrence Seaway, getting very close to the Atlantic Ocean now, very wide. And this right here you can see across, this is just a tributary of it that we're at. We're about 4.5 hours from the end, and the road goes out onto an island, over a bridge onto an island, onto a wharf, and then that's the end of it. That's the end of the road. That's as far north, that's as far out as you can go. There are no small roads, there are no little dirt roads, that's it. So, we'll get out there,
Yeah.
and we're going to camp. I already found a place at the end of the world, at the end of the road, that's sort of like this in a way, very rural and secluded, and we'll camp there. And then the plan is to spend 2 days backtracking some, because it's taken us a week to get here, 2 days, to a place called Godbout, Godbout, it's French anyway, okay? And there's a ferry there that cuts across the St. Lawrence Seaway to the other side of it where it's still Quebec, and then we'll be able to meander around there a while before we travel south a few hundred miles, several hundred miles, and hit Maine. And then we'll travel home from there. And Maine is 400 miles from the northern part of it to where we are at the end. Because we live in southern Maine.
Yeah.
So, grand total 900, actually, with a meandering around 2,000 miles,
Yeah, maybe.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot of riding, a lot of camping, a lot of gasoline,
Oh, yeah.
and we are,
Grocery shopping.
in grocery store, yeah, once in a while.
Once in a while.
It seems like a lot because we don't know the stores where we go and we can't find anything. And they're very nice, but they're really set up differently.
Yes.
Our camping spot today is on this tributary of the St. Lawrence. It's off a road. There's a long bridge over there, and it's just a big sandy area.
Which is
And
good.
there's all kinds of places to park. We're by ourselves. Whenever we do this, we're always by ourselves. And we like it that way. The trailer is self-contained. We're not too picky. And it's just a nice way to travel. It's just moving and then seeing different landscapes, different terrains, and camping in places like this that aren't stack 'em, pack 'em, and rack 'em campgrounds,
Yeah.
which we really love. So we finished dinner.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
little bit different terrain here. We're about 200 miles between gas stations, and there's a vehicle, but boy, they're far and in between, and so are the villages, if you want to call them that. It's probably the most remote place we've ever been in Canada or the United States. We are in Agwanish, Quebec. We are about 1 hour from the end of the road. And when I mean the end of the road, literally the end of the road. It will stop and we'll have to turn around on the upper peninsula of Quebec, right on the tip of it where the Atlantic Ocean is. This is just the opening to the St. Lawrence Seaway. The Atlantic Ocean is out there. Really, really beautiful area. It's a little cool. Temperature is 62. It'll get down into the lower 40s tonight, but that's just comfortable for sleeping in a camper.